have the perfect mission for you, my doting vassal. You'll love it almost as much as me. Oh my! An innocence to rival my own. You are so fortunate to learn of the Jester's Festival from someone virtuous as I, and not a cad like Emmerich. Here we put aside decorum to embrace whimsy and mischief. The Festival of Fools is overflowing with all sorts of droll entertainment. You know, pranks and gags and silly games. Uncomplicated peasant things. I do so prefer my thinking uncomplicated. Oh, goody! I'm so glad I've piqued your interest. Now, how best to have you serve your queen? I know! I have the perfect mission for you, my doting vassal. You'll love it almost as much as me. I have decreed happiness, but not all of my kin share my breezy disposition, and it's putting a damper on my festivities. I won't have my fun ruined by these grumpy grumps. I need a champion to enforce my royally mandated cheerfulness. If these treasonous malcontents insist on harboring sticks firmly in their hindquarters, then they can at least have the decency to keep them in bloom. Ha ha! Ha! Find the grumps in my domain and pelt them with these enchanted petals until morale improves! I want you to have those grumps in stitches, one way or another. Oh, impersonating? Don't you recognize your perfectly adorable High Lady of Elven Grace? So I am! Some fiendish festival hex, no doubt. Oh, my poor glowing complexion. I suppose I'll just have to make the most of these rippling muscles and incredible tolerance for wine. This is a holiday about not taking anything too seriously, even royalty. It comes more naturally to some than others, so we silly celebrators often have to give them a nudge. These holdouts will find it hard to be serious, plastered in flowers. Ha I don't know that there are any true stories behind the Jester's Festival. Some say it happens because Sheogorath turned the whole world mad. Others say it sprung from Myrrh wanting to know what it's like to live like men. Who really knows? Just one more, and another after that. My champion of cheer returns! Have you vanquished the stubborn seriousness in my land?
I've heard all your silly Breton stories.
Ooh, delightful! It's so much nicer to rule a kingdom of happy subjects, don't you think? Well, I'm just exhausted from all this dreadful ruling. Our show will be moving on soon. Perhaps you'd like to continue your mission of merriment as part of our entourage. Oh, just a little jaunt over to Daggerfall for some mischief. Poor Emmerich had such grand plans for today, but his dour queen will surely have something to say about that. I'm certain he'll seek out a champion after we arrive. You should volunteer! That That's all for today, champion, but rest assured that your queen will call upon you again tomorrow.
You must be the celebrant Irene was going on about. I could certainly use some of your acclaimed good cheer. My superstitious queen has confiscated my array of royal magisters. The only illusionary dazzlers fit for a king. I can't impress my subjects with just any common prestidigitation. It would be trivial to whip up more with the right ingredients. There are some, local attractions that should have what I'm looking for, but they're no place for royalty. If you would risk venturing out on my behalf, I'll ensure you play a key role in today's festivities. Good luck finding everything on my list. I don't know that we've ever had a fatality at the Jester's Festival, but if you are the first, I'll make sure your name lives on in appropriate ignominy. You've never seen an illusion dazzler? You're in for a treat. They're the pinnacle of awe-inspiring emanations. Radiant in color, resonant in percussion, slightly malodorous, and only harmful under the most ill-thought-out circumstances. My dear Maria clings terribly to her people's mistrust of magic almost as much as her natural severity. And sword. She seems to think that setting off hundreds of flashy magical projections in the city would be a public menace. Silly, isn't it? Now there's a foolish question for the ages. You're getting good at this. There are more inventive originations of the Jester's Festival than flies in Black Marsh. And bred twice as fast. I'd wager it ties closely to the discovery of drinking. Thwarted by my own queen in front of the other royalty. I can't be the laughingstock in my own kingdom. Aha! The day is saved! No one will question who wears the crown in my court after this. I promised you a key role in the festivities today, and I am a man of my word. I hereby entrust you with the honor of putting my royal prowess on display. Take my illusion dazzlers to some suitably crowded locations in the city and give them a good shake and toss. My majestic creations will do the rest. Perfect. Give me a moment to work my magic, and I'll have you on your way with the finest flashing flourishes in the land. Stand back and let your majesty make magic. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Give it a shake. Voila! Your dazzlers, my faithful subject.
neighbors eating his neighbors.
I thought I heard the raucous cheers and playful pops of my handiwork echoing throughout the city. Tell me it was more than my imagination. Well, of course. In my experience, my loyal subjects adore being showered in the affections of their king. Oh, don't share that with the Queen. I'd say our work here is done. There are other kingdoms in desperate need of our merrymaking talents, and I won't be one to let them down. Off to Ebernhardt for a royal roast. There's only one thing I trust Yoren's expertise in, and that's eating. You should join us as a guest of honor. Best not to be found conspiring against my wife anymore today. Easier to deny having ever met you when you're not standing right there, you understand. But if she happens to corner you, take our secret to the grave for your liege. Afraid? Why, I'm not afraid. I'm the king. Keeping my politically expedient queen happy is my duty as a devoted husband, and good diplomacy. But if you happen to see my lovely Maria with her sword, give a whistle, would you? Oh, my simple servant. I'm simply dressed for the occasion. Though I don't know why I didn't think to disguise myself sooner. I'd never have to worry about my wife finding me if I were an Argonian or something. Oh, so we start a rumor that I'm actually an Argonian to throw her off my trail. That's much simpler. Brilliant idea. Glad I thought of it.
His meatiness Skald King Joren recognizes your flashiness from his visit to Daggerfall. What other tricks do you have up your sleeves, this one wonders? Just so. I am heartsick without my betrothed. What good is all this food and drink without the one you love to pick it from your teeth? But I am forbidden to see my bride-to-be until the day of our vows. Free her from her minders, so we may grow fat together. Take a token of my love, the sickly sweet brownish flesh of mud crab apples, and she will know I sent you. The guard cannot know their king bade the absencing of his bride. Use cautiousness. This one's overlarge heart tramples in anticipation of seeing his bride-to-be. Do not let this one's joviality deceive you into believing that Joren is elsewhere. Before you is the fearsome masher of mare and words you have heard in song and the tiny screams of scared mice. Though the heart of a Sench tiger roars within my chest, this one cannot claim to be one of those noble beasts. Joren's habit of lying naked in the sun does not help his case, he knows. But he assures you he is sadly a man. Not many have a taste for mud crab apples. But this one knows they are my sweet's favored sweetness. Her minders do not let her indulge in them freely, and it is Joren's promise that she will eat as many as she likes when we are married. Have the others filled your head with foibles about this holy day? Enviness leads many to claim they lead the antics, but it was the first man who taught Mare humor. Or was it that he had the last laugh? No matter. Isgramor did everything first.
Where's my pig? Who took my pig?
Look at me! Look at me!
I can't promise I'll remember any of this.
Anyone seen a suspicious character with a pig? No, not me.
Finest merchandise around.
Yeah!
There's always more to do.
We couldn't stop laughing. Oh! You have brought Yorun his bride to be! Or does this one's eyes deceive him? He is very intoxicated. Ah! She is tasteful, is she not? Much better. Your heroics have stirred my spirits. I must savor these tenderest moments, rare as they are. Today has seen enough boorish crime. You've earned your swill, so drink your fill, and leave my bride and I to some private time. Hmm?
Ah, my partner in hilarity. Back for more pranks? I have a great one for you today. A big laugh. Pranks? Of course. There's no better way to celebrate than playing harmless japes on others. I consider myself a master, but there is only one of me, and there are many people in need of a laugh. I think you have what it takes. Interested? Now, what to do for next time? How about replacing someone's paint bucket with milk? The city's cats would rush over to lick the side of a house. Maybe too expensive. And we wouldn't want the cats to get splinters. Skirnd is a talented dancer with a great sense of humor. I rigged my most recent contraption to release a potent stink when activated. While Skirnd is dancing, find his seat and place the prank kit under it. It will smell awful. I hope someone faints. Skirnd loves the bard in Mistral. He's almost always dancing for the crowd, tiring himself out, and then sitting down for a swig of mead before getting up again. You shouldn't have any trouble placing the kit under his seat while he's dancing. Easy.
Joining the Dominion isn't about what is taken from you, but what we gain from each other. Kenarthi's Roost and the Dominion. Together, we'll achieve unity.
From dread, Daedra, save us.
As part of the Dominion, you will gain
Gods! What is that?
For save
Everyone, I swear, it wasn't me! It's a trick, and a damned good one at that!
Your chance for untold prosperity comes with Dominion rule.
I'm glad to have a prankster partner. You understand me and the Jester's Festival in a way most don't. I'll have to think about what fun to set up for tomorrow. Maybe something with scrib jellies. I knew I picked the right person for the job. I'm glad to see you survived the smell. How did Skirn take it? He must have been embarrassed. But knowing him, I'm sure he took it in good spirits. Excellent! Another successful prank. The Jester's Festival would be nothing without this kind of fun. I thank you for joining. I'll put together another prank kit for you tonight. Come back tomorrow and I'll set you up with another. Snake? No, frog. Sorry, I was just coming up with another prank idea. The perfect prank should be disruptive and shocking, but not terrifying or damaging. Even better if it's tailored to the person. It's a delicate balance, you know. Once, I fashioned a thin, nearly invisible film made from dried cow spit and chitin. I put the film over my friend's privy late at night, knowing that first thing in the morning, he would need to relieve himself. It gets better, or worse, depending on your perspective. Unknown to either of us, my friend's wife had eaten some bad fruit at a gathering earlier that evening. Unfortunately for her, she had to urgently use the privy in the middle of the night. Indeed, it went exactly how you imagine. There was much screaming, cursing, and an extensive cleaning that night. Much later, we had a good laugh. When the prank pranks the prankster, that's when you know it's special. Snake? No, frog. Sorry, I was just coming up with another prank idea. The perfect prank should be disruptive and shocking, but not terrifying or damaging. Even better if it's tailored to the person.
Is that an invitation I smell? I soaked each one in bacon grease before sending them out. Right this way, then. I hope you brought your apron. Between the blood, saliva, and crying, well, you'll probably also need wading trousers down there. Oh, hold on. I have it written down. By decree of His Majesty Jester King Emmerich, the tyrannical would-be usurper, King War, is to be put to death in the arena. The porcine potentate himself. Oh, don't put on a face. It's all a gag for the festival. The conjurers call up a fan to bore for the games. You're not actually killing a big, cute, bristly piggy. This is Jester's Festival, not the war in Cyrodiil. You must be fun at parties. Yes, you just go over and wrestle that giant illusory pig like an idiot while we all watch. Plus, the audience ticket sales will help finance the festival expenses for years to come. Are you in or not? By the powers vested in me, I dub thee Jester King Emmerich's champion of charcuterie! Now get in there and carve yourself a rasher. Oh, it's certain to be a spectacle for sure, but the only casualties have been pride. I wouldn't underestimate the conjured cob roller, or we'll be dragging you out of here with mud on your face, too. Oh, for the love of... You go punch the piggy for prizes. I don't know. Because he's the big stinky pig potentate, and Jester King Emmerich said to. What are you, the Grand Maestro of the House of Reveries? Ugh, fine. He, stole the swine princess from Jester King Yoran, and he's, hogging her all to himself? Yeah? I guess it does have potential. I'll keep it in mind for next year. Maybe the Jester Court will finally let me into the troupe.
If it isn't my favorite apple picker. Jadziri knew you would be back for more. One taste of her special cider is all it takes to have patrons begging like sugar tooth. This one assures you, skooma is not in her recipe. Would you care to earn more of Jadziri's cider? Good! She thought the arena handlers were hauling especially fragrant baskets of fruit today. Ever so ripe for the picking, provided you prevent that porker from poaching them all. Return when you've gathered as many as you can from the arena. All the fermented mud crab apples you could ever want are in the baskets around the arena. Of course, you'll need this ticket to get in, and you'll have to get to them before King Boar. And you most definitely don't want to let him gulp too many down. Oh, well, they are very ripe. Pungent, potent, you might say. And after a few too many, that porker becomes quite puissant. A veritable stench-breathing drunken dragon. Besides, the more you keep from him, the more Jadziri can mash for you. Well, Jadziri supposes she could do something with even just one if it were particularly squishy, juicy, but she will take as many as you can carry. The more the merrier, this one assures you. Oh yes, Jaunter, only those who have won the favor of the Jester Kings and Queen can stand as their champion against King Boar. You can't enter the arena without one, or you aren't supposed to anyway. Rules are for fools, as they say.
Magnus King Ball.
A tribute fit for a king.
What is that? 10
What? The king is dead? Oh, good for them. Get me a towel!
Did you have any luck snatching some fermented mud crab apples out of King Vor's mouth? What a bountiful bushel you've brought! Oh, Jadziri isn't sure her tub will contain all the juices if she tries to plunge into so much mush. Rest assured, this one will not waste a drop of this odoriferous extract. And for you, an equally juicy reward. Now, Jadziri has much stomping and squeezing ahead. She would talk to you as she works, but this one fears you would be sopping with splashed mesh before too long. See this one tomorrow, and she will have fresh cider again. With happiness, love, and so much pent-up aggression. Jadziri sprinkles her special blend of spices onto her feet and gives the tub of overripe apples a thorough stomping. It is quite joyful. Then she sieves the slop into her still, and voila! She assures you it isn't quite so simple, but to share all her secrets would mean Jadziri's special cider would not be so special. Besides, it is her well-seasoned feet that give her brew its unique aftertaste. Her foot fragrance is familiar, yes? Whew.
Even the swine stench is just like the real thing. You smell like you just had a bath in pig sweat. And guts. And, well, you get the idea. I think the conjurers are having a laugh at your expense. Oh, right. Joy unto Tamriel! The tyrant king of pork now wallows with the dead, his haunches and hoard divided among the heroic and the hungry, his head hung on high as hallmark of his hubris. Here's your cut and your cuts. They're real, I swear.
You here to enjoy the hilarity provided by that King Emmerich? Between the two of us, I wish I could say their dribble improves with copious intoxicants, but it hasn't so far. What would you say to helping me bring in some new talent? Well, jokes about swines and passing wind don't count as entertainment. Not for a whole festival. We need music, dancing, something raucous. Oh! I have the perfect minstrels in mind. If you handle recruitment, I'll prepare the stage. Unfortunately, my talents are better served here. These minstrels are worth your effort, though. Their music is out of this realm. And I always pay those who help me make Tamriel more decadent. So, will you help me improve this dreary festival? Take these. That's a list of exclusive vintages, along with directions to where I left them, and a rune of compulsion. Gather the wine, and then you can summon and corral these fiery musicians. Go! Bring us music! Tell you what, you seem like a trustworthy friend. The secret is that my minstrels hail from places more exotic than anywhere on Nirn. You can't court these extraordinary performers with anything but the most exquisite treats and outstanding wine. They're Daedra. Summoning Daedra is dangerous, but when placated with their favorite drink, these Daedra always behave. They've seen what happens if they don't. Plus, and this is important, our rejuvenated celebration is worth the risk. Trust me. Ugh, regular minstrels? This is the Jester's Festival. We can't praise the great cheese prince with a fool who strums in a tavern every other day. We need something spectacular. I'd say this crowd deserves that, don't you? The rune is a precaution, nothing more. These minstrels are a spirited bunch. It's not unlikely that they'll challenge you on sight. I prefer to keep my friends whole, especially when they're assisting me in such a noble pursuit. Safe? This celebration is about to kill its own attendants with mediocrity. Trust me, friend. These minstrels won't attack while the rune of compulsion has a hold on them. And the specific vintages I've listed will calm them down. I arrived anticipating jolly conviviality. Imagine my disappointment when the only thing on offer was this. Hearing the same jokes repeatedly and watching people dance without music is sad. As an expert on merriment, this must not stand. I knew you were a kindred spirit. Listen, hear that? That's the sound of guests incorrectly thinking they're having a good time. Recruit our performers of mellifluous honor. Let's show these drunkards what they've been missing! See for yourself, my friend. The stage is set. The oblivious inebriates are gathered in befuddled groups, and the minstrels are so warmed up they're practically cooked. Time has come for merriment. Our beautiful beastly bards stand at the ready. All they need to launch into a mind-melting performance, which will be to die for, is the signal. Can you feel it? The anticipation of a grand time? The festivities that await us? The only appropriate way to start boisterous music, of course, is with a clamorous note to kick things off. Now, where is... Ah! That bell over there. That should do it. Ring the bell, stand back, and enjoy the show. Why not? I had the idea, the contacts, the plan, and I set the stage. But you fought off hordes of monsters who eschewed our festivities. You gathered our talent. If anyone here should ring the bell, it is you, my friend. Was incredible! I'm sure you've faced many foes in your time, friend, but nothing is more threatening than mediocre festivities. Even the minstrels were smiling, or as much as they ever smile. Difficult to please, that bunch. Indeed! Wasn't it fantastic? Those minstrels really rose to the occasion. Please, take this as my thanks and stop back anytime. A performance of that caliber demands an encore. Look at these misguided fools. They'll forget this happened as soon as the hangovers kick them in their skulls. But for now, they're having the best Jester's Festival ever. They can't stop applauding. I should probably look into that. I think we can both agree that a disaster like this festival is a singular affair. But no, I often add some merriment to many a celebration. Weddings can get particularly boisterous when I'm involved. I am a simple connoisseur of all that is frivolous and fun. I've had a hand in many an outrageous gathering. Ball of the Scald King, the wake of the last Sybil. Oh, the House of DeBella was livid when they remembered that one. That's a complicated question. All of them, if you want to get technical about it. Everyone wants the best for their big day, and many would say that I'm the best. They're right, of course. Stuffy celebrations can lose their patina after a while. Luckily, folk like you and I come along to help keep things interesting. One day, you may understand just how much a compliment like that means coming from a person like me.